Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, we gather under the bright lights of memory, to honor a man who walked into the squared circle with fire in his eyes, steel in his spine, and the unshakable will to fight. Jack Swagger, the All-American American, the man we also came to know as Jake Hager. His journey began with a promise. A promise to himself, to his family, and to the WWE Universe, that he would carve his name into the granite walls of wrestling history. And by God, he did just that. From the first day he stepped foot in WWE, Swagger carried himself with the swagger of a champion. Not arrogance, not ego, but confidence, the kind that comes from knowing you've been built for greatness since day one. He wasn't the flashiest, he wasn't the loudest, but he was relentless. And in this business, relentlessness wins wars. For 11 long years, he battled on WWE's front lines. Week after week, show after show, city after city, he fought in arenas that shook with the roar of the crowd, and he fought in arenas where the silence was deafening. He faced giants, he faced legends, he faced men who thought they could break him. But Swagger never bowed, never surrendered, never let the world see him flinch. And then came that night, that glorious night when Jack Swagger entered the chaos of the Money in the Bank match. The ring was a battlefield. Ladders crashing, bodies flying, dreams rising and shattering in the blink of an eye. And out of the mayhem, Swagger climbed. Step by step, breath by breath. The crowd didn't see it coming. The world didn't see it coming. But there he was, unhooking that briefcase and shocking the wrestling world. That was his moment. His statement to every doubter, every critic, every fan who thought he wasn't ready. And then, not 1 week later, destiny called. The World Heavyweight Championship hung in the balance. Swagger didn't hesitate. He cashed in. He conquered. He stood tall with gold in his hands, and history etched his name forever. That wasn't just a title win, that was the peak of a man's dream. That was proof that in wrestling, as in life, opportunity belongs to the bold. But Swagger's career wasn't built on just one night. No, it was built on years of hard work, grit, and moments that defined his character. Moments where he stood toe-to-toe with some of the best in the world and refused to step back. Moments where he carried storylines, led factions, and brought fans to their feet with pure intensity. Moments where his wrestling ability, crisp, powerful, technical, reminded the world that this was a true athlete in every sense of the word. Yes, Swagger gave us the matches. He gave us the promos. He gave us the memories. But more than that, he gave us himself. Every single night, he put his body on the line so that the people could believe in something bigger than the 3 ropes that framed the ring. When he left WWE, it wasn't the end, it was just another chapter. Jake Hager stepped into new arenas, new companies, and even the world of MMA. And each time, he proved that the warrior spirit never dies. But now, the announcement has been made. The boots are being hung up. The curtain call has come. Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, is retiring from professional wrestling. This isn't a sad goodbye. No, this is a standing ovation for a man who lived the dream so many only imagine. This is for the kid who grew up watching wrestling and dared to believe he could one day hold championship gold. This is for the athlete who could wrestle circles around opponents and still have enough power left to slam them through the mat. This is for the entertainer who made us boo, made us cheer, made us invest, because we knew every time he walked out of that curtain, he was giving us his all. Retirement isn't the end, it's the next adventure. And just like in the ring, Swagger will face it head on. He'll walk away knowing he gave everything to the business, and the business gave back in memories that will never fade. Fans will remember the All-American American. They'll remember the lisp in his promos, the fierce glare in his eyes, the thunder in his takedowns. They'll remember the night he shocked the world at Money in the Bank. They'll remember the rush of seeing him cash in and win it all. And they'll remember the way he carried himself, with pride, with grit, with that unshakable belief in who he was. So tonight, we say thank you. Thank you for the matches. Thank you for the moments. Thank you for the memories. Jack Swagger, Jake Hager, you fought like a champion, you lived like a champion, and in our hearts, you will always be a champion. The ring may be without you now, but the echoes of your fight will never fade. Because legends, real legends, never retire. They live forever in the roar of the crowd. Forever in the history books. Forever in the hearts of the fans. And Jack, you've earned that forever. You are a legend.